just picked this up at B&H yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Today is the 14th of April 14th, 2022. I picked this up for a friend of mine to try it out in his home. I got it from B&H, which is pretty cool. This is my product. I purchased it. This is my review of this product. I'm a regular user. I just like to buy things and do some videos on YouTube, and that's it, and share my unprofessional experience on it. I'm a normal person, so I buy things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So anyway, I purchased this because I already have purchased and tried the Eero 6 tri-band and the Orbi tri-band, which both work very well, but I wanted to try something new, something different, a different type of mesh whole home Wi-Fi system, and this was the closest that I could find, which was a name brand and that people were using and that got pretty decent reviews. This is the B&H bag that they've been giving out, which I like very much. This is pretty cool. I use it for shopping. I live in New York City, so in New York City you can't get any plastic bags in the store, so I take this with me, which is pretty cool. And I like that they give those bags out. I don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe this will be a keepsake or something in the future, but I'm going to hold on to it and use it. Okay, again, this is the Linksys. It has this is going to be just an unboxing, and as an unboxing, I'm just going to let you read off some stuff that I read on the website, on the B&H website that came with it. So let's unwrap it from the plastic. All right, let me get this done. And I do a little bit more detail. Well, I do things like measure and weigh items, just for that people know if they're interested in that. Most people are not, but some actually are, which they have thanked me on YouTube. So very few, but I guess people are curious or want to know. So let's open it up. And the box itself is about 16.5 by 9 3/4 by looks like, I'm going to say almost 3.5 in height. Nothing else underneath. And then I'm going to give you a detailed, or my experience with the item in regards to using it. I'm just going to do simple tests. So I'm going to put this, my setup's going to be very simple. I'm going to set this up, one unit in the centralized area of my apartment, and then the other 2 units are going to be about 25 feet apart. One 25 feet probably on the other side of my apartment, and 25 feet on the other side of my apartment. And I'm going to try it out. My apartment's about 1,400 square feet, so I'm going to see if it covers it. This is overkill in regards to the coverage that it says it does, but I'm going to see how it works. And my biggest problem in my apartment when it comes to coverage is that my apartment is a very old apartment, and when it was built, they built it with a mesh in the middle of the wall. So I have a metal mesh in the wall, so it wreaks havoc on Wi-Fi. So to overcome that, you have to buy these units in my apartment to just get through that metal issue. So these have been doing very well. So if I buy something that has 4,000 square foot coverage or 6,000, then it's more than enough, and I don't have any dead spots at all. But if I do anything less, I get dead spots. So this is a look, the guide. I have this all at the end if you want to get a detailed look. Actual power supply. I'll have pictures of this at the end, so if you need to replace it. All of them are the same. Then I have the actual units themselves. Looks like a New York City building with the way they've been building the buildings lately. And that is going to be on and off switch, the 12 volt DC plug, reset button, Ethernet plug. That's the Wi-Fi info. I don't know if you can see that. So I guess that's the default. And the recovery key. And 2 Ethernet ports. Now, I wonder if on the, I think all the units come like this. And you probably should be able to, but I have to look at it more. Use both Ethernet ports on the satellites for whatever you want. So you're not just stuck with one. I don't think one is a WAN port and one is an Ethernet port. I think it automatically senses what is what, just like the Eero 2. The Eero 2 does that. It has 2 ports. And on the satellite of the Eeros, I have switches connected to it and other items, and I don't need, it's not a WAN port. They both become LAN ports on the satellite side. And that's it, there's nothing else. What, hold on, oh, the Ethernet cable. Let me see. Okay. There's nothing else on this. Pretty nice looking. They won't look bad in your apartment. So the key features of these items is that this is 3 Wi-Fi modules. Interesting thing. So this is an AC2200. So each unit is AC2200. But when you add them all together, when you have 3 units, you now have AC6600. So I had been looking up what's the difference between AC2200 and AC6600, and finally somebody answered it. It's just that each unit multiplied by 2. So AC22 times this unit is AC44 now, and then from AC44, if you add another unit, it's AC66. So it's not a model number, it just adds up the units. I don't know why they say that on the internet or the company, but that's what it is, because I saw on eBay AC6600 sold, and I'm like, what is the difference? And it's just that it comes with 3 units. So technically, this should be AC6600, but it's AC2200. But anyway, that being said, this has 802.11a, B, G, N, AC. Those are the Wi-Fi standards. It covers up to 2,134 megabits of data throughput. It has one 2.4 gigahertz antenna and 2 5 gigahertz antennas, or I should say frequencies, for the Wi-Fi connections. It has a total of 6 high-powered, it has 6 antennas, high-powered amplifiers. It has 2 gigabit Ethernet network ports. So the app is supposed to be very easy to use. It's a 716 megahertz, it has a 716 megahertz quad-core processor, 4 gigs of flash, 512 megabytes of memory. This Wi-Fi system features a dynamic tri-band technology offering a single 2.4 gigahertz frequency and two 5 gigahertz frequencies with a wireless data throughput of up to 2,134 megabits per node. In addition to tri-band connectivity, the Velop Wi-Fi system network supports the 802.A, B, G, N, and AC Wi-Fi network standards. Each node covers 2,000 square feet. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I hadn't even read this. Each Velop node comes equipped with dual gigabit network ports. The dual ports on the base device, which is the one you're going to connect to your modem, are divided up to one port for WAN connectivity, that's the Internet ISP, and the other one for LAN connectivity. Each associated node features dual gigabit Ethernet LAN ports for reliable wired network connectivity, great for smart TVs, game consoles, computers, and more, PlayStation 4s and stuff like that. So this has WPA2 wireless security. It's Wi-Fi 5, not Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 5. It has 4.0 Bluetooth. The throughput is a total of 2,134 megabits per second, which I said earlier. 5 gigahertz, well, both 5 gigahertz frequencies give you 867 megabits per second, and the 2.4 gives you 400 megabits per second. It's a mesh technology, and like I said earlier, it's a 716 quad core CPU, 512 megabytes of memory, and 4 gigs of flash. All right, so let's do some quick things. These are quick measurements of the actual items if you're interested. Height from there to there. Okay. This is a real good close-up of the item. This is that little area where the wires come through. A little slit there, so it lets you bring in the wires and take out the wires. Pretty cool. I hope it works well. It looks like a little building. So, flat. I guess these are openings for cooling. This must be a light there. The Ethernet port is going to be, let's test that out. I'm assuming it should be a Cat 6. I don't see any writing on the cable. I think everything comes Cat 6 now. Yeah, no writing. The cable itself is about 39 inches, or 3 feet 3 inches. And the power supply, let's measure that. Actual power supply itself. Four feet 8 inches. Just in case you're wondering if this will fit in your power connection. I don't think there's anything else to cover. There'll be pictures at the end. You can look at them. So that's a detailed look at or unboxing of the actual item. And again, let me just show you something. So I wrote this up a long time ago for a video I was doing. This is a basic drawing of the way I think the tri-bands work. So the idea behind tri-band and why they work so well, now I hear that they're making quad band, which I have to look up to see what that is. So the idea behind it is that, so you have the 3 units right here, okay? And they're communicating wirelessly to each other. So now, what happens is that the backhaul is what is used to communicate among the devices and to the actual internet itself. The health of the network, who's trying to connect to what, transfer of MAC addresses, things like that. Information going back and forth that has nothing to do with data. So when you used to have just 2 antennas, the Wi-Fi systems would share the 5 gigahertz spectrum to each other, and for data, that would cause a backup. So they came out with using Ethernet as a backhaul so that you can actually physically plug this into your network. And what would happen is that it would free up one of the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi antennas and send all the data that they needed to communicate with each other with through the Ethernet. So now they came out with tri-band, and now, to my knowledge, they still kept the Ethernet backhaul option, but now if you don't have a switch over there or you don't have wires, which a lot of people don't, that backhaul is now, instead of using Ethernet to communicate, it uses a 5 gigahertz spectrum of frequency to communicate. So now with 3 antennas, you get one 2.4 gigahertz for data, one 5 gigahertz for data. The third one is used for communication among the devices, which frees up the data and which doesn't clog up the network. That's why mesh seems to be so much faster, because it split the data in 3 instead of sharing the data under one antenna, which caused, you'd get a lot of latency issues in the past. Now you don't get that at all because of the tri-band. So that's why I like about tri-band. Now they make quad band, and I'm assuming they're using the second one for either data or for another communication among the devices. So anyway, that's just of what I understand tri-band is. You know, just double check, make sure. There may be people who have a different view on it, but like I said, I'm just a regular user with the regular videos. Oh, one thing I forgot to do, and I started doing this because I figured out a lot of these units, some of them weigh very little, so I found out that the ones that weigh the least are the ones that don't do such a great job in networking or as a Wi-Fi device. Yeah, so this is a little bit heavier from the last one that I did. So it's about a pound, a little over a pound. I always tested all three of them. Yeah. Okay, a little over a pound each. I think one unit I weighed was like 12 ounces, so it was very, very light. All right, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching. Bye.